is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I represent Bahamian people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up in town, bro. Boy, I from in town, bro. Right between West and Augusta, where them two roads meet, they call it Wilkinson Street. Manners and respect was like a sign blank check. It seems the ones that come in after quick to disrespect. You see, this life in the ghetto never easy. So many hungry days break till it grieve me. But I doing the best I can, trying to turn my dollar to 100 grand. I represent the ghetto people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up in town, bro. Boy, I from in town, bro. Don't take no back talk, no bribe or no joke. If you find fire, you definitely find smoke in town, bro. Boy, I from in town, bro. In town, I say up and running. Caliber say my show, boy, don't ever give in. 7 years of farm and watch the crops them coming. True they see a humble thing, the lion sleeping. But they ain't for no reason. Only God that I believe in, living. Watch them only passion for a season. Godless, I gon' weed them. I represent the ghetto people. I from Nassau, Bahamas, big up in town, bro. Boy, I from in town, bro. Don't take no back talk, no bribe or no joke. If you find fire, you definitely find smoke in town, bro. Boy, I from in town, bro. How much on that boy? What happened? Huh? Straight to the main town, boy, from in town. What are you doing to me, man? Oh, look.
Good night, Bahamas. And yet again, a wonderful Friday. And welcome to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. I'm your host, Valentino, host of the talk show Inside the Inner City that premieres every Friday at 6:30 to 8 p.m. Tonight we're going to have a very interesting conversation with an extraordinary young lady who is doing a tough task. She is doing a governmental job. She's doing a church job and a community job. And, her place is in Nassau Village. We're talking about none other than Miss Gibson, former president. She knows what we are facing in the country. And when I'm talking about what we're facing in the country, we're talking about, school violence, domestic violence, all that is affecting us, what we read about in the newspaper. And, she's a representative of that. She represented all those who were murdered in the country, whether some innocent, some killed, gang activity, some killed, tragically, and it hurts everyone, because all lives are valuable. And she goes out there to these families and try to bring some type of resolution, some type of happiness. And she tried to find much ways as possible because it breaks down to what the family needs, and most time the family need comfort, but they also need help, financial help. And, it's very hard for a young lady who come, with a Pacific organization with good intentions and doing great work, mind where you're talking, but as we speak, she is committed to doing community service for our country. So, we know what leads up to these particular incidents in our country. The fact of the matter is, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue to keep on doing the same stuff we're doing over, or are we going to find solution, which the solution right there in our eyes, by forming an organization as formed and actually being the eyes and ears of the government and the church and the country and letting them know about what's going on and try to bring some type of, how should I say, understanding that all hands on deck. So yes, we're going to let us speak in a few moments, but before we do that, let me give out the text line numbers, powered by BTC at 422GR96. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Ms. Gibson is in the studios today. Now, listen, I personally respect her as a leader in the country. And when I say leader, she is just as important as an MP or a pastor. Because in a large community of Nassau Village, right, but our work extends beyond Nassau Village because she's in Baintown, she is in Grandstand, she's in Camp Road because, when murders happen, she travels, and all this is expenditure because people call to her for assistance, and this is a very big task for a person who's not employed, and she's doing this from her heart and has a great organization in the country, So before she introduces herself, I just want to give some example of what we face in the country concerning two incidents, right? They're similar but different, but all leads to physical violence, domestic violence, violence in school, which adds up to future abusive young men and young females. These same kids we see now who are involved in these altercations in schools along with their mothers, in the near future, they'll be the one who committing murders and armed robberies and rape. See, that's why we can't get ahead of the problem. See, we're seeing these small little incidents, but we're not taking them serious. But these same little small incidents, these same kids, seeing their parents, they're fighting teachers, they're fighting one another. What do you think is going to happen in the next 5-6 years if we don't have a person like Candy Gibson with a form, not being able to have a real stake in the country, to be to the table instead of when she give out information, her information coming right back to her from somebody, who she telling the information to. And then it makes you feel so bad, and that's what we fail to not respect the individuals in the country. Just earlier in the newspaper, I saw this MP, and he was speaking on the fact that how we have to protect authentic Bahamians who go out there and come up with great ideas, but they are stolen. And then they never mature because the persons who stole the idea cannot fulfill it because that person was not chosen. We have to embrace those who come up with great solutions to the country and stop trying to break them down. So sitting to the table and hearing your own idea come right back to you, it's ridiculous, and that's what the Bahamas is. A copycat society, and we fail to push those who have the solution. We rather steal it. But anyway, we're just going to play these two flicks real quick, and then we have Ms. Gibson take over the studio.
As it relates to how they reportedly handle alleged victims of domestic abuse. According to Administrator for the Bahamas Crisis Center, Cleopatra Christie, not all officers are sensitive to the plight these victims face.
The treatment that victims receive from the police is not always consistent. And what I was saying is that you may go to the southern and get treated well, you can go to the north and not be treated in the same fashion.
Christie says that must come to an end.
We need a consistent policy where they show some compassion towards these victims. They want help. They need help. And you just can't laugh them out of your station.
Her comments came on the back end of a forum led by officers from the Domestic Violence Task Force Unit. And there, Siobhan Henson-Nairn, a speaker at the event, shared her grievances with how she says her concerns were taken lightly by authorities.
I remember going there, and this old officer from the Grove Police Station. And when I went there, she called the next officer who was on to make fun of my black eye. And so she made me feel so bad. I walk out of the police station crying worse than when I gone in.
Nearly 3 years ago, a mother and her daughter were killed in their Nassau Village home, and according to relatives, the woman had made repeated reports to police on her alleged attacker. And back in January 2022, Heavenly Turvius was shot and killed by her boyfriend not long after she reportedly filed a complaint against him to police. It's a matter which prompted outrage from Turvius' sister, who told Eyewitness News that police failed her and her family.
Okay, just listen to that clip right. That's just one section. And one more. I just want to say, for instance, you heard about the lady, she made a complaint to police concerning a certain matter. What if we have an organization that formed that can actually be the eyes and ears of a victim like that who knows that she's in danger but can't find help, but there's an organization in that vicinity that has connection with social service, that has a connection with police, and maybe they could find a way to relocate her and find her some protection. And that's why these organizations like FOAM are so important. That's why it's so important that we take persons like Ms. Gibson very serious in the country, and let's push them to the best. And last but not least, this is the last flick concerning the school, and then if we could.
Well, a brawl reportedly between parents and students on a local school campus, landing several individuals in police custody, and education officials are said to be investigating. In one of the incidents, a number of females are seen slapping, kicking, and punching each other to the ground, with a number of other students and parents also seen joining in on that altercation. In another video making the rounds on social media, a man is seen holding a male student at the neck, telling him, quote, "Don't put your hands on my child because you can't, expletive, beat me." Well, in a statement released from Ministry of Education officials today, it said that school resource officers, along with police united, have arrested a number of persons who are assisting them with their investigation. They add that the ministry will continue to make adjustments to increase school safety, especially during the after-school hours, events, clubs, and activities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Producer. Now, Ms. Gibson, you've been exposed to this situation. That's the school, and then we're talking about the police officers, after people, go through their trauma, they're not treated properly, they have mental health disorder, and they're not treated properly. Now, we know all this. We know that the broken homes are the reason why the kids are acting the way they're acting in the school. Their parents are acting the same way. And so it's very important that we have educational programs in these communities. We have the resources to help some of these broken homes find housings, find ways we could find for them to own their own business or a high-paying job and stuff like that, because that's the only way to really get ahead of the problem. But I've talked too long, so let's introduce yourself to the general public.
Hi, good evening. Mr. Valentino Brown. My name is Candy Gibson. I am the Director of FOAM, Families of All Murder Victims. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
It's a pleasure to have you, and thank you for coming to your busy schedule. I know you're a very, very busy person. You have a lot of clients who need your assistance, so I thank you for this opportunity to come on Guardian Radio.
It's a pleasure to be here, Valentino.
Okay. So where you want to start from?
Let's start from, I would like to say that it's time now for when we have meetings with persons, they say we're partners, but we're not partners, we're actually in collaboration. Because if we're really partners, you will channel some funding FOAM's way. When you have your round table, you would include FOAM and other grassroots NGOs to the round table. Like earlier, you brought a clip with domestic violence. I in a WhatsApp group with some instrumental ladies in this country, and they know the work FOAM been doing throughout the years, especially during COVID-19.
That's right.
During COVID, we had to actually go there channel through the police roadblocks. The police were actually, yeah, Ms. Gibson, go through. Sometimes the police stopped me, telling me, put my hand up. I gonna rescue a lady whose boyfriend just break her arm in bandage, whose husband throw her clothes out in the streets and tell her he could take the child, wasn't his own, but she must leave that child, what is his own there. And so these stuff with women know that I do, you understand me? But yet, when they have their round table meeting and so forth, Candy Gibson is no way around. Candy Gibson is no way invited. And so to the point now, I'm stopped trying to push myself or channel myself through doors that I'm not invited to. I see during the Duke and Duchess visit to the Bahamas, I think that was last year.
Yes, ma'am.
I was prepared to get locked up, arrested, because I said we need safe houses, we need protection, and we need shelters.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes,
and I think that was a brave act of me. I was prepared to get put in the cell for that, because this would be women need. But yet, everybody talking now about shelters and this and that and domestic violence and that. And I've been advocating, saying how we need professional police officers on board in the stations with a heart of compassion for victims. And nobody hear. But when it comes from other people, they can now hear it. I just been on the news. I think it was just a few weeks ago.
You seen your work? You seen your work get your head back on Jay?
Talking about a female who was actually raped and the way the police treated her, how I dropped her there, and she had to turn around and catch bus back, and I was like, these victims are not treated good by the police, and wouldn't sit in good with me, but then coming from somebody else's voice, I guess it's understood.
You hear it on the news? That's your work. That's your work.
You understand me? But like I said, I somehow when I am up late at night after finish praying, I would go on Facebook, and something Tupac said that really stick with me. He said, I can't change the world, but I would be the spark to let the world know that the world needs to be changed.
That's right.
And so right now, I say, whoever God wants help to do it, let me be the mouthpiece, you go do the work.
That's right.
So I just give God the praise that I'm going to be the spark that the world needs to change.
Yes. We call that the black sheep. This us behemoths, Listen, the bomb is a 21/7, right? 7 on Ireland, 700 kids, right? And you're trying to tell me we have 100+ murders. You're trying to tell me we have so much sexual abuse cases in the country, right? So many rape, so many attempted murders, right? So many complaints against children, abuse against children.
We have a lot of social ills, Valentino. We have a lot of social ills, and I want to say this. When persons reach out to me, it's like I'm their last resort. FOAM started out as families of all murder victims, dealing with just murder victims' families, mainly the kids. But where there's so much social ills in this country, call Candy, call Miss Gibson, she's help everybody. And so now I tell you, we're an octopus with many different arms.
Yes.
I see in 2017, I had 2 ladies, one with, I think, 10 children, either 8 or 10 children, and one with 6, and they went to social services, and social services for some reason couldn't assist them. Someone right there tell them, call Miss Gibson, she could help you. That time, I just came back home. I trying to get settled back in my country. Whatever case, Miss Gibson, I was told from a social service where you help everybody. I might just be in a social service, and they can't assist me with a place with me and my children. Immediately they call me, Mommy, I said, Mommy, we have a house there, nobody lives in it. Can I use that house? 2 females with children. Yes, my daughter, you can use the place. From 2017, a house that I grew up in, to 2023, that house has housed over 200 plus females, males, and children.
Wow.
Without no government assistance.
Wow.
That place has so many people has transitioned through. Some get their own apartment now. Some now working now. I say, God, you are so awesome. And so it took me back to something Apostle Wells said many years while he's preaching. He said, God never give you a vision without a provision.
Wow.
So every time I take a new project, I take it on in faith, because the mere fact that someone, and me, I ain't gonna lie, me personally, I know what it's like to reach out to people and they put me on the back burner.
Yeah.
You call this person, call me tomorrow, call me next week, or call me Friday. That time you can't wait till Friday, pray to God Friday can her come. And when you call them, they ain't answering their phone, they blue ticking your message and so forth. So when people reach out to me, I don't even, if I miss your call, hi, good day, how you doing? Candy Gibson, I saw a missed call from you. How can I help you? Is everything okay? Is that because I'm in a seminar right now, or sorry, I was sleeping, or I was doing this. I always return a call back to the person or mess the person back, because when people call you, that's that. Sometimes I'm the last resort. If the police beat them, they call me. If they stay in custody long, they call me. If something happened to their loved one in prison, they call me. If they was raped, they call me. If incest, they call me. They loved one get murdered, I ain't gonna lie. Normally I reach out to them. But as of lately, families been reaching out to me.
Because now you're facing the country, and people know that you're insincere. You see, listen, a person like you, right? You come from the bottom up, right? You know how it is in life, all right? And you have a passion, and each and every one you see and you meet, you have the same respect for them as you have for anybody in a coat suit or a pastor. So when you look at them, that's why you would always return their call. Because see, that's the difference there about people who have power. They don't have that kindness and that passion, understand that each and every one that you meet, you should respect, just as you meet the king or the prime minister or whoever it is important in the country. And when you do that, you do what God asks you to do.
Amen.
You understand? So keep that in mind. See, I believe that there's nothing wrong with politics, but I think that the individuals who have these posts, some of them are jealous, you understand, envious, hateful, and they slow down so much progress in the country. That's why I say the Bahamas today, shouldn't be in the position we're in. And I just want to say this to you. How do you manage knowing that you have over 200 people, right, coming into a place that you ask your mom to help you, assist you, fix it up, getting some sponsors from a few people, very difficult. You got to keep the light on. You have people coming to you, they need 2 weeks. Some people calling you and they need some place to stay right then and there because right then and there they get put out, they don't have no place to go. So you have to run up and down, set them in. They might not have no food, they might not have no clothes. Some people might burn down and, so how do you manage?
Screwed, and that's why funding, sponsors, and partnership is so vital and so crucial. It isn't a want, that's a need. Some days I have to get out of my bed sometimes 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because it's a domestic violence situation where a lady, she has to leave from there now. Or it's a situation where a lady sleep in the car, she have nowhere to go. I have to carry the person there. Okay, come December 2nd, we own the house. We own the house on the property. We own the house on the property, but we don't own the property. So come December 2nd, which is tomorrow, I have to find $1,200 to pay for a lease that house people free. You understand me?
Hold on, let me just say this for those who are in the country and might be listening to the show. It's not for no one to really say, she is on radio asking for fun. But think about this. She's been doing this for 11 years now. And you don't think she deserved to be sponsored so she could have those poisons? For many of us in this country, you want to be a part of something great that make change. Well, this is the Poison in Studio as an organization has been doing great work in the country. Many people, would want to be in her position, right? But to be in a position, right, knowing that when you go to these houses, to the murdered victim, to someone who's been physically abused, physically, sexually molested, and people just need things, basically, bottom line. So if you feel in your heart that if you listen to the show and you want to make a difference in a lot of people's lives, see if you could find it deep in your heart, if you could sponsor the organization form, and try to be a part of the organization to see the progress. Meet some of these people, that she meets on a regular basis, because I can tell you, a lot of you would cry to see the position that so many of your brothers and sisters are in this country today. I'm in the same position, but fortunately it was not for me. I was able to meet a great lady, Miss Alexander Melis, and she made a great impact. And from since I met her, she was the former president of the Ranfley Home. And her passion is to help kids and to help the less fortunate. And if you out here, like myself or Miss Gibson, and if she meets you, she'd find ways to help you. And since I meet Miss Alexander Melis, we've been able to meet Lucas Metropolis, and we ended up starting on Ed Dorset and Miss Sheila Pritchard and Mitzi Burrows and so many other persons, our co-eds in Nassau. And what were we able to do? We were able to form an organization called Lenan Bahamas. Now we're building a $1 million community center through Lewis Street, and we're building a culinary kitchen center on Hay Street. And we're doing further development in the community. So persons like yourself need to have persons like that around you, because we are seeing the progress in Lewis Street. Trust me, not a part of government. Government comes in, but this is private behemoths who support Lenan Bahamas. And a person like you is the same as me, because we on the ground. So I'm asking anyone out there, who are listening, if you could consider sponsoring Miss Gibson and continue to sponsor and be a part of FOAM, because it's helping change the lives of so many people who you might never ever see in your life, but you would be able to reach just through working through FOAM, and you would see the progress that the individuals will be making along their journey. Transition from that home to, like she said, okay, we have a call on the line. Go ahead, caller. You're on Inside the Inner City.
All right. A pleasant good evening, Scrooge. How you doing?
Hey.
Well, Scrooge, I know sometimes when you try to go to sleep at night, knowing that whatever you grew up and whatever you went through in life, like you always say how you change your life, Now, basically, your mission is to try to help people. Hello?
I listening.
And help Bahamian people first, Bahamians first. And, you know, it almost hurts your soul going to the church, going to this, going to that.
That's what Ms. Gibson is saying
voting for
now.
these people and voting for the next people and everything. It seems like everything, no matter what we celebrate, we say we're celebrating 50 years of independence. It looks like we've been back 50 years. And you trying your best to do everything, and like you do, like you in quicksand. You're in a swamp. You're just going down.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to find out. Scrooge, it is a painful thing. I heard so much people cry, and even myself started to cry. You trying to move on even in your later ages in life. When you find out 1 month you paying $160 for light bill. And then when you go to BPL the next month, you go to the window, you say, what my bill is? They say $470-something. You say, but oh Lord, but I ain't turning on nothing new in my house. I ain't turning on no air conditioner. I ain't turning on no water heater. I just watch it. I just listen to the radio and watching TV and maybe got a fan on. And you're going from $164 a month up to $470 a month, and your salary ain't moved. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, your salary ain't moved.
And it's much worse than that.
On you, and then they tell us all kinds of things. But this one made a blunder, and the next one made a blunder, and all these people who make the blunders, they're living in these mansions all over the place. I'm like, they have no problem. But the Bahamian people have all these problems.
Yes, and people like Ms. Gibson and myself and all the
grassroots. Try to figure out, and then they traveling, they doing this, they partying, they having all kinds of. Every time you see them, they go in the ball, they dress up with this and that. We realize they got to do things when they come into politics.
Yeah.
But then when you drive around Wolford and you see lines of people by great missions, doggone place, people standing up on Wolford begging for them a plate of food.
That's it, Sparky.
When you listen to the Bishop Road, he tried to feed 1,000 something people. When you go down and First in the Grove and then First Baptist Church, one of them old church there, they got all kinds of people out in the yard every day, all day, trying to buy food, and everybody else partying and having fun and traveling.
You remember Walter? One hand chill. But anyway, thanks a lot. You're making some good points. We're going to take this next call. So those, I'm going to let the candy give it a number after this call. And then, I hope that anyone out there who really...
Along with you and your guest, Scrooge.
Good night.
Bremen here.
Yeah, good night.
I was listening to the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, whatever we do, we got to do it from our heart. And we got to ask the Lord guidance.
Yeah, and the Lord ain't tell you be no fool either. He say ask.
Right.
He tell you ask. The Lord tell you say ask. He say ask and it shall be given. He tell you keep...
Ask the Lord for his guiding.
Yes, and it shall be given.
So he wouldn't direct you in the path in which you should not be in.
Mm-hmm.
All of us had it tough in this country.
But we're talking about we're talking about this lady. She's talking about the organization, and she's trying to get funding and for people to understand who's doing a tremendously tough job in NASA, but that she's actually putting in the work here. So we're talking more about her. So go ahead.
Yeah, but what I am saying is is the material of what you're speaking of. I was touched by your show tonight. Shows don't really touch me, But what I am saying is, right, all of us in this country had it bad at some time. So my point is, ask the Lord for direction and keep Christ Jesus as the objective. And all things would come to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, and piggybacking, Scrooge, like the Bible say, the poor you will have amongst you always. But the Bible also says, the least you do unto them, you do unto me. He said, when I was in prison, you came to see me. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. That's what he say. You understand me? So, and the Bible tells us, knowing a brother or sister in need, and you shut up your bowels of compassion how dwells the love of God in you? And so my thing is, we can have all of it. We don't have that agape love. We have nothing. And I think it's time now we stop putting on a front and we be real, man.
Yeah.
We have some persons who, sad to say, they will never be in a position to be like us. You understand? So much work might could kill you, might take me silence. What might take me silence? Might take me to commit suicide. What might take me there? Might just take me out of my mind. You understand me? And so I just saying to this, I'm going to say this. I thank God that God allowed my two brothers to get killed. I miss them daily. I miss them daily. You understand me? But he allowed that spark to put, he allowed that murder to put a spark in me to be the voice for the voices, the golden, the cries of the people. And let the cries don't fall on deaf ears, but actually open my heart of compassion to be able to help them. Now, by me helping them, while I have passion to help them and I feel sorry for them, I can't do without no funding. I need help.
What you want to do?
My number is 424-8953 is my number. My office is located number 68 Alexander Boulevard, Nassau Village. My email address is phonbahamas@gmail.com. Now, I'm with that now. Every month, Scrooge, every month I send a report in. God rest of that. A report, the email goes, or an email of what form does. A report every month goes to the minister, late Minister Obadiah Whitcomb.
Yeah.
He's now deceased. The Prime Minister, Civil Society, and it goes to Gender and Family Affairs. So every month, what I do, we provide gainful employment for persons who need jobs. We reach out to different agencies, companies, we provide gainful employment. We provide housing. We provide no clothes system. We provide grocery assistance, and darling, us having to go with a prayer partner or an evangelist to families who would have lost a loved one to murder. Now, do bear in mind, yes, I would like to go to all, but sometimes simply me going to all murders.
Going to all where?
All families who would have lost a loved one. Yeah, me and my prayer partners, we go.
You be finished.
I'd like to go to all, but sometimes I can't even go.
No, you can't.
Listen, because why? You need gas. My car don't run on water, no air. Sometimes can't even find gas money. And then too, when I go to the families, a lot of families, when their loved one get killed, they do the straw to even put something in their mouth to drink or even eat. So when I go, I like to carry a case of water and 2 juice. But these to keep their body dehydrated. You understand me? When I get there, I get a fun listing of children. These brothers today, they're getting killed, and God rest the dead. They're getting killed, leaving 5 children, 4 different baby mamas. Okay, when you have one brother die and he leave one child with one baby mother, that's one grocery bag.
Hold it right there.
Okay.
If you're listening, dissect that just now, what you just said just now.
Right.
So most of these young gentlemen out there who are getting killed, some innocently, some getting, retaliation. They're leaving 4 kids with 4 different women out there. Sometimes 5, 6, 7, right? And this why I'm laughing, because this what we face in the country now. Now, much people won't understand that this is the biggest problem we're facing in this country right now, the fatherless kids. What you think gonna happen now? Listen to this now. Do the maths. Everyone like to talk about their statistics. But what you said just now is what I be preaching on this show from the inception. I came on the show to give those views, and so that people can understand what they're dealing with. The revolving door, these are the revolving doors. Those same 4 kids she talking about, 5 kids who she talking about, they're going to be fatherless, right? And Bremen was saying that we grow up hard and everyone grow up hard. But let me tell you something. They said we grow up hard now, boss. They won't even pull the trigger. The same said who growing up hard now because they don't have no God in them. They ain't looking up to nobody no more. You don't see the kids them fighting in school, fighting with their mothers, fighting the teachers and principals, and fighting the police. Huh? And some people talking about you got to have love in your heart. Yeah, you got to have love in your heart, but you got to apply the love and understand what the situation is in our country. Now, if you don't analyze all those stuff right there, and to see that we're heading rock bottom, and we're going to continue with 100+ murders every year, because we can't get ahead of the problem. We don't want to push Miss Gibson. She needs to be paid, honestly, because she's doing governmental work. I've been doing governmental work for over 30 years. She talked about how sometimes, she gives solutions, and then when she go to the meeting, they switch her one idea right back on her. Well, I've been going through that over 20, 25 years. I've seen so many programs get introduced in the country that I put to the table with politicians, and they steal it, and they throw it right back in my face. But you know what I did? I say, hold on, the hell with that. I say, you know what? I need to branch off of my own and get a team of people so that I can make a bigger difference in my country and my community. And that's why I went private. So going private is the best thing you could ever do if you want to make a better change in the country. And a prime example is Lenan Varmus and many other different organizations that helped start it.
I ain't talk
You understand?
with Sheila Pritchard. She's
Yes.
been very good to me.
Yes.
And like I say, like when these, like we know if one brother died and he leave one child or two child, the same baby mommy, you know for sure when you pack two bags to go together into one house. But when a brother died and he leave 5 children, 4 different baby mamas, you gotta find 8 bags, because one for the canned goods and one for the dry goods. You understand me? And so, and sometimes you can't even find that. And so it hurts my heart. And do bear in mind, even though these brothers get killed, they might not have gainful employment, or they wasn't gainfully employed. Do bear in mind that they still provided for their children.
Yes, yes.
So now they're no longer in the picture. The burden now become on the rest of the family. You don't want to say it's burden, but it's actually burden, because you already have your mortgage, have your cars, have your rents, have your life, but you already have your kids. So when your loved one get killed, their children now become your responsibility. And then let's check this out too.
Go ahead.
Okay, if a person gets killed and murdered in our country and they don't have sufficient or no contribution at national insurance, their children don't get survivor's benefit. So we can't just say, okay, we've chosen the government. Okay, it's no longer the government situation because they don't have, they wasn't gainfully employed. So what do we do? And that's why organizations like FOAM is about
it's a big plus. It's directly in the community.
Right, to help lessen
people can
the
come
burden.
there, like how the people are calling, they could come there and come again, give you the information, and you could get what is required to assist them.
To help lessen the burden of the survivors, you understand me? And so therefore we need to always have groceries in the pantry.
Yes.
The children, they need snacks.
This is what you're asking for.
Right, you know, that they need new and used clothing every December, like every December 15, 16, like this another couple of weeks, like December 16 at 1 to 5,
Yes.
we're gonna have our grand finale.
Grand finale.
Give families joy and hope during this Yuletide season. That's where families from all walks of life get to come in.
Not just Nassau Village.
Not just no. My organization is not just for Nassau Village.
I like that.
My organ is in Nassau
I
Village.
understand the headquarters, but
yeah, that's my headquarters.
Yes.
But trust me,
You ain't taking away nobody.
Nobody said that on
Like
December.
Agent Fox and his daughter. Yeah.
That December 6th, December 16th,
Everybody.
December 6th, you get to come in and get to come on that ground, and you get to shop for your children new and used clothing and shoes, makeup there. And person normally doing toasters, fridge, and stove. You get to select what you want. You get to select murder victims' children are given toys and brand new clothing. Every back to school, we give out uniform voucher of $50. We give out school bags, books, and pencils, and sometimes we have the uniform there. So we giving back to the community. Persons come to us daily for emergency. That means, say, guess what? Things just run rough this week, or things just run a little rough this month, and can you assist me with some grocery? So we give out emergency bags every week. Every other week, give a murder victim's family, they get grocery bag once a month.
Wow.
You understand me? So during this season, man, y'all could just go in your closet. Y'all have some clothes too tight, too small.
That's what you're asking for.
Yes, please, y'all.
Don't have to be cash.
Don't give out stuff that y'all know supposed to go in Harold Road dump. Because lately, people been dropping rubbish shards, and when they drop them, we have to turn the fine, pay $30 to $50 to find someone to carry the stuff straight to the dump.
Some good tennis.
You understand me?
Not no old tennis.
Thank you. You know,
want some new tennis. Just wear it once or twice. Some new pants.
Yeah, no, some of these people, they looking for hope, and y'all hand me down or somebody hand me up. Your old used clothes or somebody brand new clothes, and we want to give them love. And you guys, you have beauticians out there. You want to do somebody here free, give them a whole makeover. You guys have nail tech out there, man. You guys are Barber, like we have. Me big up, God bless Barber, Nasha cuts young boys here who lost a father free of charge.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
Yes, young boys who lost their fathers free of charge.
He's a barber.
He's a barber.
Where's barber shop?
Right next to my office.
Oh yeah. Okay. I saw it. Okay. Awesome job.
And then there's a little boy. Feel sorry for his daddy. Got killed while playing dominoes. Trying to win some money so he could have pay for his heart surgery. So the little boy is now 2 years old, and his Grammy now trying to get him prepared to have a heart surgery. So we all about doing stuff. Then we have people who being evicted and need rent money. Have to put a post on Facebook.
Hold on. You see, the lady is giving you direct information concerning each individual. So you see the complexity of the situation. That's why we need to listen and see how we can help support an organization like FOAM, because this is actually taking the burden off the country itself, and she's taking great responsibility. So Again, give her those numbers again.
Okay, my number is 424-8953. It's 424-8953. That's not even my cell phone. That's the people's cell phone. So which means you can reach me any day, anytime, any hour. That's if you need someone to pray with you, you need someone to talk to, someone to vent. Feel free to call me. And most of all, if you need to donate some funds, some mucho dinero, please call me. Donate some clothes. You want l'argent petit? You want to donate that? Please. We need
You
funding.
deserve it.
At the end of the day, we have light bill, we have cable, we do resumes, we copy documents there for the persons who I'm looking for job. We provide work suits, work clothes, black pants, shoes. We provide this for persons who need items to go back to go to work, to look for or go on an interview. We also, sometime in many cases, I've actually had the house person sometime in the office if the housing project is full, or sometime in some cases I had actually taken person to my personal home. You understand me? Person who had nowhere to go, I let them come stay in my personal home, and that was up to 2022. As of 2023, I don't take persons in no longer in my home because my daughter's now 17. So what I gotta get away when she's young, I can't get away now. You understand me? But at the end of the day, you still have light bill, you have water bill, you have internet, you have rent to pay for the office, you have a staff stipend because me alone can't do the work. You understand me? So we need their help. And guess what, y'all? Coming pretty soon. I would like to say this. Be prepared for our grand female empowerment center shelter.
Wow.
Okay, so I wouldn't want to say too much. Yes, I wouldn't want to say too much right now.
All this is happening?
All this is happening, and expect for some groundbreaking in 2024. Expect more from FOAM.
Wow.
Expect more.
Well, you see, you're climbing, but still needs the funding to keep it. That's how you call it. You aware? Maintain.
Yes.
See, we got the sports center, right? And we had the new sports center of 10, 15 years got built by the Chinese, right? And it was brand new, but they couldn't maintain it. Just like our Clarence building, a lot of these buildings downtown, because maintenance. See, consistency is what it takes to run an organization like FOAM. Let me give you a prime example. Candy, Miss Gibson.
Yes.
When I said to myself, I need a community center. I don't have the resources. I know that this country, places like us who climb up the ladder, we are scrutinized in the country. No one really wants to fund us the way we're supposed to get funded. So I strategically said, I hope I can meet somebody who can assist me, and that person came to be Miss Melis.
Of course, good.
And then someone else came, she introduced me to somebody else. And I took that opportunity. It had nothing to do with money. It was a desire to make a difference, because where we come from, we talk to your two brothers. I've had so many, my family and friends and got killed. So we have a passion to understand what it takes to get ahead of the problem. We do basically anything to help our brothers and sisters in this country. So what I'm trying to say is this. If you don't have the proper funding, right, to help those who come in the center, everyone you're going to run into basically have the same problem. You understand? Basically, everyone she's going to meet is going to be the one or some assistance with grocery, some assistance with rent, assistance with some place to stay, assistance with going to the police station, assistance. So it is time consuming and it's exhausting, and personally for herself as an individual, because she has to take care of herself and her family as well. So that's why helping support an organization like FOAM goes a long way. And we would lend a hand. Bahamas have been getting sponsors from all around the country, from the wider community. Caucasian Bahamians who are Bahamians and Bahamians living here, and people from around the country. And we have funds coming in, so we're able to pay a staff of at least 6, 7 people. And we have programs going every day by the center. So, but it comes to funding, and definitely you need that. We're going to take this call. Go ahead, caller.
Good night, Mr. Brown.
Good night.
How you doing, Mr. Scrooge?
Yeah, I think good.
And good night to your guest, Miss Gibson.
Good night.
It really very, very, very touching listening to Raymond and Sparky trying to understand where our heart is. Well, Miss Gibson, I want to congratulate you, understanding now the responsibility you have taken on especially dealing with persons of victims, of murder, and that is a heavy responsibility. But the question I want to ask you, Ms. Gibson, do you have like a ministry, whereas you have like a gathering, like a ministry, like a little church, or where persons could come and we could sing and praise the Lord and give God thanks for the good work He has done and doing through you and Scrooge?
Okay, no, we don't have. We have a full center, community center. Yes, we do. But our event when you can praise and give God, that would be held either on our Back to School initiative or that'll be held December 16th.
Okay, but thanks, and we appreciate you. The Bahamas do appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, and thank you, Scooch, because you've been doing work around A Street and Lewis Street from that time and still doing work and still blessing the children. And y'all keep it up. Bless.
Thank you very much.
And Scrooge, I would also
I think that's Tiger.
Oh,
Tiger.
Yeah, I want to also say this, not Scrooge, Mr. Brown. And we also adopt Cleveland Indians Primary School.
So you want to adopt a school?
We from last year, I see these children walk with their hair in comb and you would sit there and had no breakfast and they would pass me. I said, no, I tell my daughter, I said, can't you realize how much children just go to school hungry? I said, man, this ain't right. And God put it so that He just told me just step out in faith. And I step out in faith. So every last Friday of the month, we go into Cleveland Indians and we feed some 500 plus children. We don't say, the ones who ain't had no breakfast at the porch. No, we feed everybody.
Remember I said it earlier?
Yeah, we
how
don't
we look at everybody,
we don't
treat them equally.
Right, we don't discriminate. So if you already eat breakfast and you want more breakfast, please feel free. If you didn't have any breakfast, you want breakfast, feel free. And guess what? These children, let me tell you something, they don't play. There's one combo, you know what I mean? So that's sausage and tuna or corn and tuna. So what we do with our breakfast is we provide, you have a choice, either grits or white rice.
Wow.
You have tuna, sausage, or corned beef, and you get a Capri Sun or water. And this is every last Friday of the month.
Oh,
and so we
awesome work.
also need sponsors for that. You understand me? Then the prison, the prison, they started a program called, and 2017, I put up on Facebook, wouldn't it be nice if incarcerated inmates could actually hug and touch their kids and hold them and tell them, you see where he is? Listen to the adults because you wouldn't want to get here too. And whatever, listen to your parents. And 27, August 31st, I put on my Facebook page, August 31st, 2023, how about I'm invited to see this actually come into fruition. You understand me? So it's called the GYC Grow Your Child program. So we also adopted them. So right now it's in a female prison where the children of female inmates get to come see them one Saturday per month. And so by us adopting them during back to school, we provide 37 backpacks with all back to school supplies. So we provide, and then every one Saturday in a month. So every month we go there, we provide something for the females to give back to their children. Because at the end of the day, these children are in our communities with our children. And even though the murder victim children, they less than their parent in the grave, their mothers are still away from them too. Yeah. So we can't turn a blind. These children don't exist. They exist and they need love.
Yeah.
So we try our best to assist those. And our motto is making life easier for those in need and hurting
Change their
them
minds and show them that you love and care about them. And that's what FUMA is all about.
Yes, and so I ain't gonna lie. So it brings joy to my heart to see the kids interact with their mommy while their mommy's in prison, regardless. And even though some of their moms did stuff, the persons who were part of my organization, I had to judge nobody. I had to show love.
But see, that's the thing about this country. The country itself did a disservice to the citizen around the drug epidemic, right? There was a mental health disorder going on from the early 70s. I'm a drug baby. Mm-hmm. And my mom and daddy had mental and they had a drug problem. You know what happened to us? When my father went to prison for life, for murder, God. My mom was on the streets. She was doing crack cocaine, right? But in the community, there were many kids just like us. Not the fault of the choice we made, you know. We didn't bring no crack cocaine from no U.S. You understand? That came here. That was a plan to destabilize the family structure in this country and for greed of money. So most of these, what you see we're facing now, it's because of that and the rum era. Because remember, before the crack cocaine era, it was the rum era when everyone used to just drink. You know, alcohol anonymous.
Yeah.
Before we had a crack cocaine problem. That's what people need to understand. We had an alcohol problem. Yeah. Then after we had a teenage pregnancy. Right after, All this happened in the 70s and then going to the 80s, and this is where the teenage pregnancy came in. And that's why you're seeing on TV now where mothers fighting with their children on the ground. Because, you understand? Because now grandmothers are just 32, 33 now.
You'll be young grandmas.
So that's what we face in the society now. You understand? And that's why organizations like FOAM needs your help.
And Scrooge, let's not forget now, during COVID, when we had the coconut water boys were being arrested and
I saw you fight for that.
I fought. I was straight up with Minutes, with Dr. Hewitt
You was
Minutes.
all over
But
for that.
you and him as all because I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. Here these young guys, them, they ain't getting locked up. They out here, they selling stuff, even they might have a business license. Why incarcerate them?
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about with our country. You see the little guys, them selling coke and you can lock them up.
You understand me?
That's why.
And I was all out. I was crazy for them then. You understand
And this
me?
is native.
You
This is
understand me?
native
And
island.
so thank God back then it was who's now the Casey and Honorable Minister Wayne Money. He performed
Yeah, I saw a program.
called the Justice League.
Right.
So when the young boys them get locked up, call Candy.
Right.
Miss Gibson or my son. I got your number. Da da da. So when they called me, I called I messaged Honorable Minister Monroe, and he in turn was assigned an attorney to go to court and represent them. Then I had to go back on Facebook and beg to pay their fine. You understand me?
Lord. So I saw that, and you got the funds.
Yes, got the funds, and so we was all out.
So-
And then from then we went ahead and we assisted 20 young men with their business license. So we wasn't playing at all.
So when you're saying where your heart is,
Where your compassion.
or your compassion is, you
you
see
ever
where
say-
her own is.
Yeah.
Because all these are recorded, and she did this. And I saw one guy going in the court. She helped him move. She was all over. And they're the kind of people we need. See, listen, people with hardship, trying to be the most nicest, caring, loving set of people in the world. Why think most pastors? I mean, the real pastors, they always talk about they came from drugs and they this that, and then they give their lives to Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a change person. Mm-hmm. You understand? Okay, it's no difference, no. She might not be a Christian, but listen, she could be a believer, a person who believe in all the commandments, believe in God, believe in all that stuff. So just that you might not be a Christian when you go to church, but you still believe you believe in the same set of basic laws. Caring for your brothers, do unto your neighbors as you do unto yourself. You know what I mean? And et cetera, and et cetera. So that's the person who I feel, and I know we all the same. I can name a few persons just like her. You have Miss what's your name now? Oh Lord, I get a name right mad. Down in the time. Miss Pratt? Yeah. Miss Nan, excuse me, you got Miss Nan. Then we had Mr. C.B. Moss. Then you have Omar Thompson.
Mm-hmm. Then you have Hannah Carey and Camp Road area. Hannah Carey Cares. You have her doing an awesome job. You have Podesta Moore from BYC. You have Felicia Carey, Dr. Felicia Carey, who deals with TL services.
Go ahead.
That's teen mothers who had children while they were teens. We have a lot of persons out here doing some excellent job with the youth. And when people say humanitarian isn't someone who getting paid to do what they do. Humanitarian is someone who doing stuff when he ain't getting paid, who trying to figure out how I can make this work with nothing.
All right.
How I can, while I helping this person, how I can pay my own personal bills.
That's
So
right.
when we say humanitarian and you getting paid, you don't know humanitarian to me.
And people don't know this. You talked about the Honorable Minister of National Security, the Honorable Van Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
You're consulting them. I'm on board of the board, but I wonder why they're not paying you.
I telling you, anyway,
See, that's the whole thing. We're not getting paid. No, we're not looking to get paid, but we're on the board. Well, why she's not getting paid? And like I say, listen, see.
See, and I realize in this country,
Listen.
Road, if you do the work and keep your mouth shut, you can get paid. But see, with me, I all over
No,
anybody.
because you want to help people.
I all over everybody. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care who in power.
Right.
Right is right and wrong is wrong. Equal rights and justice for us all.
Right.
That's it. And I ain't gonna lie. Once you see it come to me, it's over.
Yeah.
Once you see someone reach out to me and tell me, Candy, this is where I'm at and this is going on, sweetie, I'll put you in my car, run up at the police station. I see when I go to the police station one time, and one say, oh yeah, you can bring your activist, say, you can bring your ICE and you have a problem with that? I said, ma'am, I'm here because of this. I said, by the way, let me speak to y'all. Let me speak to the inspector of the station. Let me speak to the person in charge, please. You understand me? And I ain't gonna lie, I had some good breaks with the police. There was a time too.
Because people, they like what you're
Yeah,
doing.
there was a time too where this person came to me. They just showed me this child was being abused and so forth. And I run up and CDU and I spoke to someone there and they told me, said, oh my God, Candy, did someone? I said, just the pictures. Time as I bank on Tonic William Darling's head home, I already go, can't you been to the police station? I said, yeah, because the police here now arresting these people. You understand me? So I've seen some good side of the police too, you understand me? So I would want to say that's not all police are bad. You have some good members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. I have what's her name now? Oh Lord, she have just got a position. Miss Bowles, I can't, and chief superintendent, but she went to see you. She deals with the yes, right. But you know I mean of Miss Bowles, and then you have Miss McKinney, Jana McKinney or McKenzie. I could call their phone. These people be aware in training, and if they see me call them, they know something important. I must give the Honorable Minister Casey, Mr. Wayne, my respect too. Trust me now.
Yeah.
He ain't having no board and I don't get no salary from him or whatever. But if you see me call him, he can make sure respond.
Yeah.
Even my Honorable Pierre Glover, we have Honorable Lisa Ram, even Honorable Miles Roro. You understand me? They can answer. If I call them, even Honorable Minister Jomo, if I call them about a situation, they can answer. Even though their response might not be favorable, I just thank God for the connection because guess what? Not everybody have the connection or the influence or the relationship where they can call or message people and people respond back to them.
And you know that God.
Yeah, you understand me? So that's right. So I give
God
him all the
put
praise.
you to be able to put you in the spot to be able to have their numbers. You
Yes,
understand?
even Glennis Hannah Martin
Right.
too.
Oh, she's a
Honorable
nice
Minister,
woman.
even though she ain't helped me
Yeah.
to whatever.
She will help you.
Many people
Yes.
has not helped me.
But
I still thank God for
'cause it's a
just
part of
being in
Ministry
the
of
space of them.
Education.
Just
Yes.
being in that space.
You
I
climbing,
thank God.
you're
Yeah,
climbing.
I thank God for
You're
them. You know,
climbing.
whether it be a negative response or positive, I still thank God. The matter of fact, they even answer me.
Yeah.
Because some people is reached them, they don't even get a response at
Yeah,
all.
that's true.
So I thank God. I thank God for my connection. I
Yeah.
really do. I really do.
Yeah, give her those numbers again.
Okay, my number is 424-8953. You don't even have to even give funds. If you have time and you want to come and help and volunteer, file for us, or you want to come pack the clothes, sort the clothes out, and please, man, volunteers. I mean, I find some volunteers who feel like when they volunteer their time, they got to give them back something. When I was in Canada, when you volunteer free of charge because you're trying to help somebody. But these volunteers today, I can have this, I can have that. No, man, that's not because my thing of what come into form isn't for me. What come into form is for the people.
Nah, and I get that point. So that's why you got to be able to be in a position to help some of those volunteers personally. Because that's how we are now. See, listen, they understand what you're doing, you know. But these volunteers saying, "Who? My stomach bubbling too. Mike Ryan got to
Yeah, and if that's the case, if that's what you're doing it for, then
No,
don't come.
don't come.
So the volunteers, they gotta be in a position where, hey, guess what? I want to give
Poison
back and not
too.
looking for nothing.
Right,
You understand me?
right.
And I'm not a mean person because once you volunteer with me, I can automatically put something in your
Makes
hand.
sense, it makes
But my
sense.
thing about it, don't come to me like you just coming because you're looking for
Yes,
something.
yes.
Then your
No.
motive is wrong.
Yes, that's
you
what,
understand
that's what they
me?
do. That's
No.
some of us. That's some of us, you know,
Yeah,
because they see you having a success and they come in, you know, we what you call them now? Leech?
Yeah. No,
You know, and come with that intention just to watch what you're doing and to spread rumors, you know, but understand this. You're smart.
Yeah.
So you're asking those out there in the country who would bring some pants or some tennis, or you might have some funds, you know, you might have some, whatever it is that you feel that is appropriate for kids or somebody who, a young teenage female or whatever, you might be good in a specific profession that you want to give some time.
And while at it, you know, I mean, have persons on board who work at a gas company, you know, Shell gas station, Rubus gas station, you know, Texaco, wherever you work, and you might say, no, something, guess what, I can't sow this, but you might sow a full tank of gas to form every month. Because remember now, we have to go on the road to families. Sometimes we have to go on the road to carry people to the police station.
Yes.
We have to go on the road to carry people to the morgue. Sometimes we have to go on the road to visit. Not sometimes, we have to go on the road to visit families. And our cars don't run on water. So you might work to a gas company. Please.
So,
you know, send a gas voucher. Give us a full tank of gas at least once a month. That's a contribution.
So some people will be saying, well, what it is got to do with me. It has a lot to do with you because you're living in a 21/7. I say the consequences and circumstances we're facing now in the country when it comes to crime and poverty, It starts with the fact that we were neglected as a society. We did not get the square deal that we asked for, and many of us got left behind, okay? So it's no one fault. The drug epidemic and the rum epidemic that happened like 40, 50 years ago, that destroyed the family structure of the country. I just want you to remind you that. Go ahead.
Back to you, and then I look at Miles Monroe. So I think it's Miles Monroe. He said when he say you die empty. Every 8 months I go and I give blood. Every 8 months.
So what you trying to do?
I just
What you trying to do? You give yourself the blood bank?
I give blood to the blood bank every 8 months, and that's
saving
giving
lives.
that's saving lives. That's giving the gift of life. Yeah. So every 8 months I don't just do it because someone gets shot or stabbed, but you have ladies who are having surgeries and so forth, having C-section, having babies and so forth. So every 8 months I find myself to the blood bank giving back. So we gotta find ways where you would give back to the community. Some days, very often too, I have blood. Like right now, I'm getting ready to do a blood drive, and it's gonna call giving the gift of life.
Man, you all about, but you all about like bad water, I mean good water. But that's just what happened when you start and people want to come and be a partner or something, and you just end up, like you say, octopus.
Yes.
You end up, you know, I'm like that too. I'm in so many different organizations because I'm more like, so you're completely correct. So tell me this. How do you feel as an individual, especially doing all this great stuff in the country?
To tell you the truth, I feel good. I feel blessed. I feel honored by the Father himself, because so often people in this country were being murdered and didn't even have a voice.
Wow.
Their families didn't have a voice. Like, okay, he or she got killed, or he's known to the police, or he's out on bail for murder, or whatever the case is. But no one never took account that brother, that sister, they left family. They left kids, you know, and guess what? I was even more proud of myself when January 23rd of this year, the Prime Minister actually gave us a proclamation where we celebrated that day, Families of All Murder Victims Day. And so that was the first time something like that has ever happened in our year. Ever happened in our country. And so God is really, really good. Then the next stage now was like trying to build an official female empowerment center shelter, and so that's coming in. So
you're figuring out what the community needs.
Yes.
You're figuring out what the community needs, and you're developing. So, like I say, I was a community leader, but I'm a community developer now. I'm bringing the resources that is needed.
Right.
Bringing the community center. I'm bringing the business aspect to teach people how to own their own business. You understand? Beautifying the area to start small business in the community. So I'm a community developer. And you turning yourself into community developer too. Right. You're finding out the weakness in the community.
Yes, and trying to assist.
And finding the solutions.
Yes.
And yes. Go ahead.
Like before I came, I just left my office like about 5:45. I left my office today. Today was really, really crazy. It was a seminar symposium with Gender and Family Affairs, Social Services, you know, as they recognize women. There's a Women's Month. I know it's on to all, say no to all forms of violence with that. Then I had to go back to the office. I had clients coming in today, and trust me, once it comes to children needing grocery, I'm going to be in place. So I had to stay back. I had to stay back for that.
You have to have a passion. It's no flamming. It's no flamming. No, it's no flamming. Certain people are chosen, you understand?
Right.
To do this task. You know?
Yeah, and the little boy came to me. I said, "Oh, look, Annie, baby. Look, Annie stung at that time. That ain't my nephew, but because his daddy got killed, I make some my automatic family member." Yeah. And so I said, "Hello, hey yo." I said, "Good afternoon." Oh man, I thought, and I said, "Just the 1-year-old boy with a hole in the heart." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh my God." I said,
"Born with a hole in his heart."
Yes, you know, his daddy got killed trying to say he can gamble to win some money to help pay for his surgery.
For his son's surgery?
For his son's surgery.
Hold on, your hand. Oh, see. Listen, you hear what's be going on? The father say he's gonna play some domino because his son has a hole in his heart. Now he don't want to go rob. He don't want to steal. So he's gonna play some domino.
To win some
and
money.
then he ought to be getting killed.
Yeah, he ended up getting killed, and so that was like a couple months ago. But the baby's now 2, and the baby's scheduled to have a heart surgery. But even though the baby's scheduled to have heart surgery, the baby still has to eat. And the daddy died. He left like 4 kids, you know, and so. And God is so good. Like prior to that, someone came and they donated like 2 toy cars. Wow. And so when I showed him, I said, "Look at Annie's stone cars." I said, "Come, I have something for you." And when I put up, man, oh God, you see how when he hop inside the little toy car,
happiness seeing the kid got your heart,
like, you know, and just the Grammy just able to tell me, say, "Miss Gibson, thank you so much for the love you have."
You understand? Sharing the love because they know deep down inside, right? you're a stranger, but you are an angel in disguise, you know.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Miss Gibson, for the love you're showing to me and my grandkids today.
She's
And
crying
I'm
in there.
able to carry them to the barber. I said, they want a haircut. And the barber cut their hair for them free. And I felt so good. And God put it so that the children, like persons who donated stuff a couple days ago,
No, don't tell us coming out of eye. See?
they must know these children were coming to me because I was able to give each of them a gift. And I just tell you, like, God is making a provision
way.
for the people, you know, and just a sitting boy and he on the car. And I said, oh my God, you know, and so
You
I
share
say, you know,
destiny.
yeah, man, I mean, the children innocent, they ain't asked to come here, you know.
See? You all people who live in this country, you all pastors and you all politicians. A lot of y'all are the biggest problem in this country. Let me just tell y'all that personally, I can say that, you know. If y'all don't put some love in your hearts and passion, this is a young lady in here, she in here sharing tears because she know the hardships of what she see every day of the kids growing up in this community. You know, a little kid born with a hole in his heart and his father, you know, trying his best, you know, to provide for him. And he have no assistance. Now the responsibility falls on this lady in here to try bring some happiness to this family. And the grandmother of that child, you know, they really don't have, and this is just one of the cases that we don't even know about in the country. We have hundreds of cases like this in our country, in our community, in the Camp Road area, in the Fox Hill area, in the Grandstand area, in the Baintown area. But we don't have a base, you know, like a forum or a Lenahan or the urban renewal centers. You understand? We have to continue to empower people, you know, private people who really care for the citizens, you know. You understand? So when you're talking about a person's credibility and, you know, love and God, it don't get no better than this in here because I could tell you, you know, I could tell when a person's sincere, okay? And I could feel the sincere person in Miss Gibson in here. And I'm encouraging people around the country, you know, anyone internationally, you know, to see how you could help fund for them. You know, so it could be keep growing. You know, it's growing, and it's going to be better. Let me give you a prime example. Why is everyone waiting on a politician or a pastor, right? And they play a role in it. But it takes the citizens and an organization to make change in their country, in their community. You understand? And she has taken that first step. Now it's up to the rest of the country and those who are listening and want to contribute to probably that kid who you don't know. But later on in life, you don't know what that kid could turn out to be. But that'd be through your help. And the father himself say, if you do for the least, he ain't say for the rich, you know. He say, if you do the least, so see him the 2 cars and stuff like that with the kid, you know, liven him up because his father's no longer there. Can't understand. Now she makes up the space, and then other people can make up the space who he or she might not even know just by donating to form. We're going to take this call. Go ahead, caller.
What's going on, Scrooge?
Everything all right? Good night.
Yeah, man, this G, man.
G?
Yeah, man, this G from round the corner, bro. What you mean?
All right. Bless up.
Yeah, man. You know, we had some conversations, and I tuned into your show, and I think what people know when they hear us and they hear you speak, I think a lot of it is based on they don't want to acknowledge a lot of these things. So what I decided to do, and I think what is important for us to do is to start reconstructing our consciousness towards how they define us. Let me show you what I mean.
Yes.
Like, we can't allow, and this probably the most quintessential component of a free mind. We can't allow their words and their views of us to define what we believe of ourselves.
Right.
See, that's the number one thing. The next thing is we have to, and I think you could remember this, sometime we were in the park, and I remember we was having a conversation when I say, look at how we speak and converse with each other.
That's true.
See, we have to learn how to accept and embrace ourselves and endorse our ways and behaviors and see them as the highest standard.
Wow.
See, it can start with first, with our kids. We're not saying abusive things to them because verbal abuse is bridge people
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah.
So see, when we start to speak to each other different,
Yes.
that is the beginning of healing.
Yes.
When then we will start to treat each other different.
Yeah.
And then we could be able to unite and build.
Yes.
See, that is at the heart of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, social reform is a 20-year process.
20. I say that.
20 years to change the
A nation.
perspective of people's minds.
I all said that. I said 20 years.
Right.
I did say 20 years.
And for example, you have one of the things what China did when they wanted to recreate who they were. They closed their country.
Yes,
and they
closed it.
started to teach their kids to love being Chinese.
Yeah.
See, because that was the building block of changing their consciousness. So when they go into the world, no one could diminish the value that they have in themselves as strictly being Chinamen.
Yeah.
And from that foundation, you would see the beauty of who we are flourish. I'll give you one example. A lady, a young girl who worked where I work, she went to see our walk also.
Uh-huh.
And she was a 3.8 student. And when she went into grade 8, she wanted to be popular and hang around with the girls. And they started bullying her because she was smart.
Uh-huh.
And she wanted to be popular and wanted to be with the in crowd. Her GPA, she told me, dropped from 3.8 to 3.07.
Wow.
And then her parents, because she had mommy and daddy in the house, her parents wanted to know what was going on. And then her dad found out she was being bullied, and he moved her from that school. And because she had that loving environment home,
Yeah.
she is now going to be graduating from the University of Bahamas with a degree in biochemistry.
Wow.
So see, the beginning truly is the reconstruction of our consciousness.
Yeah.
That voice in your head, what you hear, that tells you this who you are and this who you are not. When we get in control of that voice, and that voice always tell us that we are enough and more than enough, and we were born to do great things,
Yeah.
then the body will follow.
You're
and
right.
the attitude and behavior will follow.
Yes, sir.
And that can only be reconstructed by first God, then second, our history and the culture of where we came from and who we were.
Wow. Thanks a lot, man, Garvin. Respect. This is my friend Garvin. Very knowledgeable. And Garvin, you say, if you notice my part of my life and yourself, our mindset changed, like you said, and then we started embracing. Now we're doing great things, He went to college, finished up. He has all kind of degree, still pursuing, So that's my boy Garvin. Respect, G.
Yeah, man, Scrooge.
And that's good because
That's up.
some people didn't have this opportunity, to have a chance to transform their minds, to transform their whole.
So we can bring it to them.
So
You're going to have it right there. Form is going to be right there so they can walk right there and get that education, that love, like what Garvin is speaking on. And that's what Len Hahn is trying to do, the same thing, to cultivate those kids in the community, the older people in the area, that we have a place that you could come and learn and get education and get the requirements that you need for everyday success, changing the mindset.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So I just want to congratulate you, and I just want to say, this lady, she was crying, in studios to show you the compassion. You know why? Listen why. They say less it happened on your doorstep than you'd feel today. So being exposed to all of those different walks of life in her 11-year statue, starting from the ground up in form, you have to be a compassionate person, because listen to me. She would cry. Listen to me. I cry because I know what she is talking about. But go ahead.
And I want to say this too. I want to thank this.
Go ahead. Thank some people.
Yeah, I want to thank all of my sponsors,
Go ahead.
partners. Those who believe in me thus far. I want to thank you for your generosity, your kind donation. I want to thank you so much for believing in Foam, because many times when a person reach out to me and I don't physically have it, I'll put it on Facebook, and my Facebook friends will inbox me and they'll come through for me. So I thank God for them. Also, I want to thank God, that's a particular funeral home. They wish not to be called, but they bury 3 murder victims.
I mean, bury them.
Free of charge.
Free of charge?
Free of charge. Not $1.
So you're doing some big things.
You know me-
You see how God. You remember the caller said earlier. You know God and put God there.
Yes,
You see?
yes.
You see what is happening?
Free
All
of
these-
charge. Free of charge.
Wow.
They bury. Once I reach out to them, they would bury the particular victim free
Wow.
of charge. Depends on the situation.
And they don't want-
they don't want no recognition.
anonymous.
And from my connected with them, they have buried 3 persons.
All this
for
you're
us,
doing?
Yeah, per year.
So
And
let me-
listen here,
Go
and
ahead,
all
go
this
ahead,
be
go
in my
ahead, go
report
ahead.
every month that I
Go
send
ahead.
her. Whatever we do, this
Go
is in my
ahead.
report every month. Go to the Prime Minister. Minister will be there. He's dead now. Gender and Family Affairs. The Civil Society, Mr. Dr.
Your
Anthony
portfolio
Hamley.
big, you know.
You don't hear me? So we do-
how much ministry you get? You in the Ministry of Education, you in the Ministry of National Security. You get all kind of ministry in 4 months.
Yes, we
How
do.
much department? You get all
I
kind of
tell you,
department. You get social service.
One head with many
You
different.
get the police. You what, miss?
One head with many different
Wow,
arms.
awesome.
I want to just thank God for them because, without them, I don't know, because when persons come to us, they come to us broken without even a dollar. Sometimes they love one get killed. The mommy dead, the daddy dead. So the responsibility
The mommy dead and the daddy
let's
dead?
say a young man get killed, his mommy dead and his father dead. So his burial
Yeah.
rests on his sister or his brother when they ain't got it.
So let me ask you a question. Do these things happen in the country?
Yes, it
So
do.
that's why sometimes we see people on ice for 3 months.
I telling you, it's be rough.
You know that the morgue full because a lot of people can't bury their loved ones. That's why the reason they still in the morgue. You know that? And she is telling the truth, you know.
Yes, and then too, we have five preschool before the government started their preschool initiative free. We have 5 preschool. We started first, okay?
Wow.
Where once the father or mother get killed, once we reach out to them, we confirm that they have children under the age of 5. They go to a certain preschool free of charge, full scholarship until a child graduate.
All the stuff?
All the stuff we does.
Boy, all kind you get scholarship.
Yes, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna be real. We do good by the people, but like I said again, we cannot do this. We cannot do it free. We cannot do it because you need funding. You need funding because even though the school provides with free scholarship, you won't be able to at least provide groceries because the school giving a child lunch. So you won't be able to at least provide the groceries to the school because
Self-sustainable.
you
It has to be
want to
self-sustainable.
help out. You
It has
understand?
to
Do your
be.
part. You understand me? And so I just want to thank God for those who
Aye.
believe in me thus far. And also I want to say this: I know what it's like to be on two-side offense. I know what it's like to be arrested and falsely accused for something I know nothing about. That's conspiracy to commit murder. And I know what it's like to have loved ones murdered. You understand me? Either way, you're a victim because your loved one get killed. That makes your family members the victim. And if you wrongfully accuse, you're victims of society.
Yeah.
And once you're being put out there, God help you.
It's all over.
You
It's
understand
all
me? Because
over
we
for you.
have such an unforgiving society. You understand me? So I understand. So when
And be
people
small.
and
You
be
only 21/7. Ain't no place you could run.
Thank you. So when persons come to me and I hear their story, I'm able to sympathize and understand from every level, you understand? Because I basically been through everything. So when people reach out to me, I'm gonna be like, how people say, Kenny, I don't want to go a counselor because I don't want nobody come with no book work. You real. So when I go to people like Jesus. I felt the infirmity of you. So therefore, when I go to reach out to them and bring, I come guessing how you feel. I have some idea how you feel because you lost a loved one. And like I say,
That's how you're able to deal with it.
You
Because you have
understand
the
me?
past experience.
Yes, because I know what it's like. And trust myself, people. Let's be real. Scrooge, I don't care what Valentino, I don't care what nobody say. You have not felt like killing somebody until someone kill your loved one. Wow. I don't care how strong you try to play. When you see you lose a loved one, then you realize, hey, guess what? You have that urge to want to see someone else hurt. And so I tell people the same God that transform me is the same God that's still alive. Wow. And so I thank God because I know what it's like, Scrooge, when a person killed my first brother. I wanted them dead. I didn't care. I was ready to spend my money. You understand me? So I thank God that God transformed me. And if He didn't
Change your mindset.
You understand? If He didn't transform me.
You see how devious we were?
Yes, film wouldn't have been around for 11 years. And that time, Scrooge.
Now. That killing out your mind, I think it's just trying to love and help him.
You won't understand. I just thank God. I just thank God just for the love, and just the Bible declares love covers a multitude of sin. And the Bible tells us that. So I ain't like, when you talk about form, I have a burst of energy.
We're going to take this last call. Go ahead, caller.
Candy.
Hi.
Candy.
Hi.
Tell Scrooge I know how long you know this voice.
Yes, a long time.
Scrooge, you know me and Candy. We worked for many years at BT Batelco.
Yes.
Candy on the front desk, the receptionist on the front desk.
Yes, sir.
They come to the door and they come in the house to look for Sparky.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Scrooge, me and Candy go back a long way.
Sparky, but call me, man, because I saw you.
Man, I've been trying to catch you, but you moving faster than the wind.
I saw you with a picture with Honorable Minister McHale. Born, I said, look like
Candy,
Sparky.
you remember they call the wind Mariah?
Huh?
Way out west, they got a wind. They call the wind Mariah.
Okay, no, I.
You moving faster than the wind.
Mama, call me Sparky.
I've been trying to hook up with you.
Call me Sparky.
God bless you. You know I know what you've been through.
Yes, sir.
From JFK.
Yes, sir.
We moved from Scrooge, me and Candy wait to Telco JFK. We moved to the Malden Marathon, and we all went our separate ways.
But call me Sparky. 424-895. You call me.
I love you, darling.
Love you too, Sparky. Okay, darling.
I heard you there. I just had to shout out to Scrooge.
Yes,
me and that girl went back a long way. And she ran, boy. She ran.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Sparky.
Listening to my friend Sense and Donna.
But you know, you get a lot of wealthy people. You know, they just don't care about what you should think about the poor, you know. But she did I ain't gonna lie to you. I read your list of it. I was the prime minister that made that woman minister of national.
So Donna, stop being foolishness to Donna. So Donna, you say Candy should take the minister of national security job. One for two, listen to me. You might not believe me. You're not saying it like, but a person like that would know how to fix the problem. Not saying that Wayne Manu cannot fix the problem, but just might come from a different angle to be able to fix the problem. Like I say, sometimes I believe that we don't have the right. I'm not saying about the government officials. I'm just saying naturally, some of the people that we have in position are not the right set of people that we're supposed to have in this position. But it's just some things we can't change, That's how the Father's going to judge us for just being idiots, knowing that we had the formula to make the Bahamas under 40 murders per year.
Okay, and not cutting you off, right? I gotta big up Miss Wendy Fox all the way in Freeport. We have a Freeport base that assists murder victims' children over there. We just got somebody on board for Abaco, Pastor Paula Arnett. So we have
you're growing?
Yeah, so we have our lady now, Pastor Paula Arnett, who's gonna be assisting murder victim kids inside Abaco.
See that?
So we outside.
So you see what's happening now?
Yes,
you
sir.
see why I tell you people just make change? Hold on, you see what I'm trying to tell you? So most people out there looking for the politician to do this and do that. It's not gonna happen. Politicians follow after the people. You seen how our organization is expanding? And she's having different leaders in different parts of the country now. You understand? That should show you the power of God, and that should show you the power, because she's compassionate about it. And the Father himself, set up these organizations through certain people. You understand? So if you're listening again, find your heart, look up for him.
Please.
Because Candy need a little thing on the side too, I'm not saying that. This is my 2 cents. Persons, who are doing charity work, do it for their heart. They use their own person the money. But it comes to a point where they themselves can get drained out. I was my last. Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me. I can say this now. If it wasn't for Miss Alexander Millis, she hooked me up with a Pacific family, and ever since, I've met this family, they have been assisting me personally and the community at the same time, and helping with the development of the community, And that's keep me going, because I work every day. I clean, I do all. I can't even tell you how much job titles I have that I do in my community, in my country. How many meetings I go to, government meetings with this pastors, meeting with other people giving them ideas, and etc. But it comes to a point where if you don't get a little something on the side for yourself, you could be burning out and you could be frustrated and you get a little behind. As big as your heart is, listen to me. Politicians, they go in government. Like I say, I don't know if they were millionaires before they get in politics, but when they leave, a junior minister, he going with $5 million. That's his objective. No one can tell me this, but the big boys, they want 15, 20, 25, 50 million. But you, who out there, helping the less fortunate, bringing on crime, solving the social ills, ain't getting nothing.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
And I tell you about Scrooge, I tell you last week, Scrooge before last, I had a headache for 7 days, just overwhelmed by just the bills, you know, and the people problem. I said, Lord, I said, like, for instance, like, people call me, they're about to be victim, they have nowhere to stay, they sleep in their car. Okay, that's sorry to hear that. But then when I realized from 2017 to present, I took on a bill to the housing project, light, water, internet. I don't know, when I put you there free, I gotta find this money. And that's and like right now, tomorrow, I have to find $12 to pay for a lease where I housing people.
I think someone will bless you tonight. Listen
Man,
to the
in
show.
the name of Jesus, please, man, if you all want to write a check to come with me to pay the woman the lease, I would greatly appreciate that.
If you won't be the president, you can be the president.
Please, man, because right now, $1,200 has to be fine tomorrow to house families with children. You understand me? You know, the internet been off at the housing project because I ain't gonna lie, and I have over 1,000 bill now, to the shelter. I haven't paid that in 2 months because there's simply nothing coming in.
Yeah, I understand.
Nothing coming in.
And your octopus is stretched wide.
Stretched wide, and if someone come to me right now, the problem, I can't turn them away. Oh, I don't have any money. Oh, this and that's what I say. Okay, when they have they round table meeting, they ain't including food. But I guarantee if these families, these people come to food, we have to turn them away. I guarantee you, I might see increase in suicide, increase in maybe murder. I guarantee increase in something. You know, but the matter of fact, we have our doors open, and I feel like sometimes 6:30 in the morning, 7:30, clients and call me. They can't call the MP. They can't call these numbers who they have out there. They call in the form. That time I say, man, what is this calling me so early, mom? Well, at that time I won't sleep. I can't even sleep because somebody calling me. When they call me, I have to get up.
Yeah.
I have to listen to what they got to say.
Yeah,
and every person who call me have an issue. Everybody issue is a problem.
Listen, you know what I said? I said it earlier. I know what you have to go through. So, like I said, those who are listening, you're looking at an extraordinary lady in here. Transform herself into a great Bahamian citizen. She's an ambassador. She's changing the concept of our community and the country. She's giving back. She has a great organization known as FORM, Families of Murder Victims. It goes beyond that, you know. Those who just lose their life, she also go visit and stuff like that. And we need an organization like that to go visit people, you know, who lost their loved ones, to see a group of people come there sincere. Yeah. You know, they bring some food, you know, they bring help with the funeral or arrangements and stuff like that, you know. Not in all cases, but in some cases, you know, or extraordinary things like that's happened. She talked about three cases of, you know, a funeral home who don't want to remain anonymous, which I highly respect it, because some people wants to give and they always want to be anonymous. You know, and I understand it fully, because they're the persons who have the biggest heart in the world. They understand they're working through you. They're working through God through you. Yes. You understand? And you're helping others, you know. So I'll give her those numbers again.
My number is, again, 424-8953. That's 424-8953. That is not my cell phone. That's the people's cell phone, okay? And so do bear in mind, as much as I love to answer, I also have to pay BTC every month for that. So that's not free. So that's a bill right there. And so also my office number is 603-4141. We're located in Alexandria Boulevard, Nassau Village. I have to pay rent for the office. I have to pay staff stipend. I have light bill. I have cable bill. I have water bill. I have the bills to just the company people to make sure to give them hope. I just tell my mommy, I love helping people. Whenever I help people, I generate a bill that cause me to be stressed. You understand me? So I'm begging you guys, you understand me? Please, partnership with FORM. And every month I will send you a report as to where your funding, where your sponsorship goes every month. In fact, everything I do, I put on Facebook. So you could see that I'm in the when you could see that your money isn't being put in my pocket. And I want to say, especially thank you to the Fabulous Ronnie, my long ponytail. Okay. It's courtesy of Fabulous Ronnie. They do my hair free of charge. I appreciate them.
Where are they located?
They're located downtown. Their number is 364-0517. They believe in the natural hair growth.
Natural hair growth.
Right. Also special to the relationship I have with the Prime Minister's wife, Miss Anne-Marie Davis. Also, Madam Speaker of the House, Miss Lachelle Adley. I really thank God for her. Beautiful lady. And many other persons who, too numerous to mention. Oh, my kids, I love them. I love them, Daddy. The Kante Gibson who stress me right out. who think I'm the richest woman in the world. She tell me that she want a car. And my son, Antonio Greenslade, I thank God for them because of them, they've actually loaned me to the Bahamian people. I deprived them just to help people. So I thank God for my child. I thank God for Apostle Anne-Marie Road Glynn. I thank God for her. I thank God for Apostle Kevin Grant. I thank God for Bishop Kirkwood Murphy. I thank God for every Prophet Natasha Sweeting. Also, we have a chaplain in Freeport, Renee. I thank God for her. Yes, I thank God. I thank God for everybody who have covered and prayed for also Miss Deidre Clark, who accompanied to every murder victim family. Wow. I thank God for her. And I thank God. I just thank God for persons who've got a line in my life to be a blessing, not just to me, but to the foundation, the ministry, the organization, FOAM, because trust me,
FOAM is going to be big in the country.
In the name of Jesus, I received that. FOAM is
here
for
the
the
FOAM is done big in the country.
FOAM is here for the people. So we want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank my many sponsors, my many fans. The person who just called, they can't be praying for you, doing a good work. I want to thank God for them. And then it's also, there's Dr. Kendra and Prophet Harris. I just connected with them. They're all the way in North Carolina.
See what's happening?
Yes, so God is good. I thank God for them. Also, Miss Ellie Clark. We have a sexual offense section of FOAM that deals with persons who've been raped, molested. Miss Lynelle Clark, who would have been a police officer when she was raped.
Wow.
Right. She's a part of that arm. So I thank God for her. And we have a domestic violence unit. We do. A person come to us, we got to come to them to the police station, go to court, we got to do this. So we thank God.
All those different departments explain the problems we have in the country. All those different departments adds up to one. It comes from when that rum, alcohol, and that drug crisis, to destroying the family structure, all those add up to what we're facing in the country today. And what you're doing now is a solution to correct the 40 years. And like my friend Garvin said, it takes 20 years to change.
And I want to thank God for my pro bono attorneys that are on board.
You see, we have Donna Major. You see what God is blessing you with? You see now?
Yes, Donna Major. We have Keith Seymour. They're on board.
Yes.
We even have a juvenile attorney on board, pro bono, Mr. Tavari Smith. We have him on board. I thank God for this. When persons come to me, I'm able to refer them to them free of charge. So God is good. God is good.
And you get my good friend, Miss Alexander Millis.
And Miss Alexa, I thank God for the connection. Real sweet, beautiful lady. I thank God for the connection.
She troubles him.
I thank God for the connection. I'm Miss Sheila Pritchett, good persons, man. Good. We have good people in the community doing good. And partnership and connection.
One last time before we go. One last time.
Okay, and my number, please, y'all, please. I am asking you, I'm actually begging. I mean, your dollar can go so much further helping these children who would have lost a father or mother to murder. We're having our big Give the Gift of Joy and Hope to families, December 16th. Any amount can assist us. If you want to just buy a toy for a child who lost a dad or mother to murder, please contact me. 424-8953. That's 424-8953. My office number is 603-4141. And as of tomorrow, we'll be open from Monday through Saturday.
Wow.
From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Awesome. I just want to say this on behalf of Guardian Radio. It's my job to bring people like Miss Gibson in studios to talk about how great community work you're doing in Nassau Village and in the country at large. And like I say, these are one of the pioneers of the country. These are ones who are helping this country out. And we must recognize them. We must empower them. I want to say on behalf of Guardian Radio and all those who listen, I hope you had a wonderful show. And many of you who can write a little check or donate something directly to FOAM. Because remember, she talked about the young kid, having a heart problem. His father was, playing domino, but got killed and wasn't able to help with the kid operation. But helping donate to FOAM, probably this is the right step that we need to take. And many of you would like to give to an organization that could be meaningful. And you can see the progress the organization is going to make because that it is making. But she also said she put it on Facebook to show you that it's going there directly where it's supposed to go. So I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
You as a real ambassador. Right now, in this country right now, you're up there with anyone in this country who's doing community work in the country. And you should be on every